How do we start this podcast?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh,
I've come to talk to you again.
again.
Join in at any time. But
I don't know the words. I'm black. I don't like. Wait.
You're you also started in a key that I don't know,
Yeah, who's
Tristan.
following you there?
I mean, I can sing it, but like,
I now call this meeting of the Amateur Detective Club to order. My name is Tristan Miller, the saucy sleuth.
I'm Melissa Meli, the spy.
Hey,
I'm Tyler Riley, and the only words to that song are the words that you had already sung.
Not even the title.
That's not the title.
no,
Well, it's the title of the episode. It's
it's
not the
not the
title of the
episode.
song.
It's
Not the title of the song. The title of the song is, of course, Mrs. Robinson or Parsley, Sage, Rosemary in Time.
Which is not the title of that song.
No, what is that?
Scarborough Fair.
Fair.
There you go. You know that one.
Okay, so Tyler, you know
But what is
that one?
this?
Okay, so what is the truth?
Is this the same artist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Okay. Sorry. You're right. I am white, and my mom played that in the car.
And I'm sure Black people are fans of Simon and Garfunkel.
Yes. It's called The Sound of Silence.
Oh, like the movie.
Yeah. hmm And the song.
Yeah, why not?
Hello, we do a podcast. We've done many episodes of it, and it's this one, it's here. And we're doing that today.
You say that, and I quickly realized that I've been helping consult with a production of a murder mystery that a high school I work with is doing. And I realized one of the things the director of the show was telling the kids was that this podcast exists. And one of them asked me the name of the podcast. And I told it to them. And then I realized, oh, buddy, thank God I am not an employee of that school because we say things.
We say things, lots of things.
And luckily I will never see these children again past
Good.
Monday. So
Perfect. Good.
That's
Put all these ideas in these
really
kids'
funny.
heads. Hi, kids. It's nice to have you here.
You know, that's what we need. We need to corner the youth market. It's nice to know that young people are still listening to podcasts, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, are
well,
they?
it's also very, very as likely that it was just to placate me. Like,
Yeah.
oh, let me seem like I'm interested in what this old man is talking to us about.
Amazing. I love it. I was going to say something important and I've forgotten what it is.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not
Is
your
it
fault. It's my brain. Mm, mm,
is
mm.
it the fact that we have a Patreon and you should
Ah,
rate, review, and subscribe? All this stuff is in the show notes. Patreon.com/ADCpod.
Oh, and
ADC pod
thank
across the
you
board.
to the new Facebook members who have answered the questions. If you
we
do not
love
answer the
it.
questions, you will not be allowed into the group. And
It's
I
as simple as
added
that,
a
folks.
poll, I think, for the first time.
Oh,
And so,
Mhm.
yeah, fun thing or a fun thing has happened
I love that.
on the
Um,
page.
I remember what I was going to say, and it has nothing to do with this podcast. But I did want to talk about it. It's adjacent to the podcast. It's not totally out of left field. But I have started watching The Traitors since the last time we recorded, and it's become basically my entire personality.
Great show.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I
I
tried to watch it, but I was under the influence and I needed to be sober.
yeah. You got to be sharp for this one. As many of them are not. Uh
Mm.
it's just a hard game. It's a very, very hard, tricky game of intrigue, and people are figuring out how to play it. Um, for the uninitiated, it is a series, it's a reality show, competition reality show, where a bunch of folks go to a mansion in Scotland. If it's the UK or the US version, the Australian version goes to a different place. But they go to a castle in Scotland, and a few people are assigned the role of traitor, and every night they murder someone in their sleep. They just write them a letter. It's very bloodless. And then
It's
everyone
funny.
is trying to figure out who the traitors are. So every night they come to the round table and they say who they think is a traitor, and everyone votes to banish someone. And then they stand in the circle of truth and they say who has been banished, say whether or not the banished person is a traitor.
Is
So
that like that video game Who is Among Us?
it could be. I do not know this game.
Okay. I think it's like,
Tyler, it is
yes.
not dissimilar to Among Us. That is correct.
Okay.
Very similar to
It's just Among Us.
Mafia. Yeah, it's just Among Us.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I love Who is Among Us as like,
Yes.
you would go into the garment district and you'd see someone trying to sell that video game at a McDonald's in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, okay. I
Rude.
actually think I did play that game. I played it one New Year's Eve. I think I played it like New Year's Eve 2020 to 2021 when we were like
That would make sense.
all on a call trying to celebrate. But yes, and of course they're playing to win money, and if there are any traders left at the end, when the game stops, the traders get all the money. So the other
Even
folks,
the traders that have been exposed, or do they not get
No.
exposed?
no, only if they're still there. They have to say whether or not they're a traitor if they get banished. So
yes.
Okay, much
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if I'm in a room and you're Jennifer Lopez, you have to tell me.
yes,
Otherwise,
that's right.
it's entrapment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very fun. I watched the first version of US in about a day, and then I moved on to the first season of UK. There's 2 seasons of UK. One is currently airing in the United States, and there's one season of Australia. And when I'm done with all of them, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life.
Is
Well,
Alan
I'm going to
coming
need you
the
to rank them so I know which one to devote my time to, because I'm only going to watch one.
Okay.
is Alan coming the host for the Australian one as well?
No.
Good
Alan
question.
Cumming is only for US.
That's so interesting.
Oh, then I know what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Okay. The
He's
argument,
so good.
yes, he is, and he also wears the best outfits I have
It's
ever seen.
incredible.
The thing about
It's a sleigh,
UK,
as they say.
UK and Australia, but I like UK a little bit better. The thing about UK is that they're all real people, as opposed to reality stars. And in US has reality stars.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes, I've
so
forgotten
it's
about that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Melissa has just made the bold claim that reality stars are not, in fact, people. Corporations are, but reality stars, no.
Or not. No.
You know how it is.
No.
I can go into
When your
more
life is a brand, you are
Who
not a
hosts the
human
Australian
being.
one? Is it
some handsome fellow named, nope, can't even remember. I was literally watching it before we got on the call. What is his name? I don't know. He's an Australian man.
I thought it was Rebel Wilson for some reason.
No.
Is
Okay,
that what she does now, though? I haven't seen her like do things in a minute, I feel.
She
Or
hosts
I
stuff,
might
she
just be
does.
not looking in the right place.
Not sure. I think she does stand up. I mean, she was in Cats in 2019. Tom Hooper's Cats. That was, I guess, now 5 years ago.
Oh gosh. Okay, the Australia
That
Traders host is named Roger Corser.
Okay.
Hardly know her, but him.
I do not know what he's been in, but it looks like he's an actor in 2 popular murder mystery series, Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries and the Dr. Blake murder.
I know Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Yeah.
Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Yes, clearly that is the
That was on our list at one point.
Oh, well, we should watch
It might still
because I
be.
like him. Yeah. I enjoy him. He's fun.
Would you rather be a traitor or a normal person?
A faithful is what they call them.
Yeah, that's what.
I would
The
rather
way Ellen says traitor every time
Traitor.
is so fun.
a traitor. Yeah. I would rather be a faithful. It's funny because people like try to hide that they're actresses when they come on the show, which I think is wild because everyone's like, you're an actor, you must be such a good liar. I'm terrible at lying. At the moment someone suspected me, I would I would do something so stupid, I would give myself away. But I think I could investigate.
That's my thing whenever I'm in those kinds of situations is I try to disguise myself as like an idiot. Where they're
Mm,
like, well, there's no way Tristan would be that obvious about it.
right.
And then I am. And yet people go, they're fine.
Taking notes, taking notes.
See, Tyler, I think you'd be a great trader.
I need to watch the show.
That's
Like,
fair. That's fair.
Well, is there a trader among the folks at the Arconia?
Arconia gang. What are
Mm.
they? What are we calling our trio here?
I call them the trio. I tend to call them that personally.
Used
Okay.
guys.
Use guys.
Well, let us find out. So, this episode is called Hello Darkness.
My old friend.
We start out with a voiceover from Marv in the diner before the blackout. That we've like rewound. We ended the last episode with a blackout and we've rewound a few minutes.
Yeah.
So the podcast fans are the ones we know are all the super fans are all sitting at a table near our trio.
Always love seeing Ali Stroker.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Jabuki Young White's there as well.
yes,
We
indeed.
love him.
The Strange World dude?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
On the Disney Plus
Uh-huh.
movie.
That's right. I forgot he was in that. Yeah. Yeah. Strange World. It's a fun new Disney animated movie. The fans are turning on the podcast. Like they're really not getting anywhere. I don't know. They might be taken down for this crime and we don't want to be associated with them except for Marv. Marv is a diehard.
OMITB for life.
Yeah. He calls it Omit B.
Maybe.
Which is fun. So he thinks it's a serial killer called the Sixth Avenue Slasher who had been running rampant, a couple decades ago?
It's giving SpongeBob for sure, the hash slinging slasher. It's like,
yes.
Yeah, for sure. So he's about to approach our trio's table right before the blackout and the lights go down. The whole tri-state area is out. Cell towers are jammed. Oliver just got the DNA email, but it won't load.
100% that bitch, perhaps not. We will never know.
Perhaps not. Well, we certainly won't in this episode because spoiler for the rest of the episode, he never does get to open the email.
And Charles is trying his best to get a hold of Lucy, right?
Yeah.
Who's in the building?
That's right. Yeah. She had just said to him that that she was in his apartment. So they know where she is, but they can't get a text message through at the moment. Which is something that I've experienced in New York where all the cell towers are jammed, I think twice, and once was during a blackout.
Yeah, I remember that a few years back. If that's the one you're talking about.
I think the one I'm talking about is a little bit earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was like a total city blackout.
We are now in the lobby of the Arconia.
Yes.
I forget the woman's name, but she is like holding court in the lobby. All the residents have come down, more or less. Those who were able to have made it to the lobby.
Right. Or they're coming in from the outside or something. There's lots of folks congregated there.
And she's starting to puncture boxes of gut milk with the unexplained crunch.
It is funny.
It is lightly alcoholic.
Oh my gosh.
And the first taste is essentially free, and Homegirl has her side hustle.
That's
Here
right.
for it, love it, and is about that business.
If they made a tie-in drink that was gut milk, would you drink it?
No.
No, it sounds horrendous.
I would, and I would puke.
Potentially upon payment.
Okay.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah. But if it's dairy milk, I can't drink dairy milk anymore. No, my body does not like that. Yeah.
Dairy can be scary for some folks.
That's right.
True.
Yeah. In like pure milk form, is the worst for me. Unfortunately.
Especially
So
alcoholic milk.
can you
I imagine would
imagine?
not.
Oh, it
It's
rules. I'm sorry. As someone who
Like a little
love
shot of vodka in your milk in the morning, get you
no, I was
going.
gonna say, here's the thing. When I was drinking, I would love a White Russian, which is just
sure.
cream,
That's
vodka, Kahlua. And
that
Oh,
then
is true.
yes. Fair.
also a now defunct friend of mine would make essentially root beer floats. We'd cut root beer with milk because you used to do that all the time. You'd put milk and soda together.
Yeah.
If you're from the Midwest, and then you just chuck some vodka in that, and you just be like, "Well, this will get through." It's quite grim now that I'm saying out loud.
I
But the White
mean,
Russians are nice.
yeah, lots of
Yes, they are.
there are lots of
I would.
alcoholic milkshakes that exist.
Mm,
It is just not a thing that I should consume. Um,
no,
just at
nor
all.
I.
No.
But for two different reasons.
Yes. Yes. So yes.
I would, couldn't, won't.
Okay. I wish everyone could see Tyler's face in that
I
moment.
was trying to make sure, like, did any of that make sense? I don't know. Still don't.
I don't actually know either. But yes, people are
I
mad about the blackout in the lobby, and that's very funny because, and it's very like Upper East Side attitude or Upper West Side if we're supposed to believe that that's where it is. I just always feel like it's on the Upper East.
Yeah, it
Um,
definitely is Upper East Side vibe.
yeah. Our trio is going to find Lucy, and the diner guy had given Oliver all sorts of dips to take out of the diner so
Yes.
that because they were just going to go bad, and Oliver can't say no to dips. So as people are complaining in the lobby, Nina asks the older doorman, why can't I say words? Older doorman Buster to bring her package. And the elevator is out, of course, because all the electricity is out. And she's on the 14th floor, but she threatens him with firing, and he says that he's on his way.
So
Nina,
shitty.
Yeah,
not
yeah, she
looking,
sucks for real is the
she
thing. Like
does.
she's not just like, oh, young people changing in old apartments. She sucks for real.
Yeah. Yeah,
You ever
she's
think about
mean.
in You Got Mail, the way like Tom Hanks is trying to shut down her bookshop that whole time and replace it with like a Barnes and Noble, and then they still love each other at the end, even though he tanked her business.
Yeah, I do think about that
Um,
occasionally.
I apologize, Nana. It's her favorite movie, but I have not seen You've Got Mail. I'm a She Loved Me boy over here.
She Loves Me is the better. I mean, at the end of the day, it makes more sense why she's with him.
It was like him trying to destroy something. Like that's a different plot line than I'm used to. So
Yeah. It is the same story, but yes,
a little different, a little twist. I
little
might have to watch it
twist.
now.
It's enjoyable to watch, and somehow I do also forgive Tom Hanks at the end of the movie. I don't know why, because they make me like that's what they want.
I wonder if it was a different actor, how people would feel.
Yeah, I
I
agree
think
with that.
Tom Hanks, if you're gonna make somebody dislikable, likable,
Yeah,
picking Tom Hanks is a pretty solid choice.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
Mhm.
famed nice guy, Tom Hanks. The trio starts climbing the stairs too. There's a lot of intercut. The pace of this episode is crazy. It's
Yeah.
like going back and forth between, they're very short
Mhm.
scenes. I have so many paragraphs in my notes because it's like this one tiny thing happened and next kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're climbing
But
the stairs and then
Oliver starts complaining about how his knees are bad.
he does. Yes.
He has new knees, and so does Charles. And they go
Mhm.
to the same knee guy. And
Which,
Mabel is like, there's a child in danger. But it's a great bit of like, oh yeah, he did yours too. And it's just like they're doing a recurring thing in this season, which I really enjoy, which is that Charles and Oliver are now friends and get along and have these moments where they get distracted because they're both old, you see.
yeah.
And and I really enjoy it. As like it's also deftly done because the joke isn't that they are old. It's just that they have a similar wavelength. I don't know. It's really nice. It's also nice to see two friends goofing around.
Yeah, exactly. They have lots of common ground. They remember the same things.
Mhm.
But you know what
It's
is
sweet.
not nice
Like,
to see?
mm.
Cardigan.
Why do you
Okay.
take
I
take it
thought
up
we were
with
going
the
to get
good
into
people at
this.
Stewart Talent Agency, at which he is repped? Send them an email. Do not bring this hate to me.
I
Okay.
have no problem with the actor. I don't like the character.
Oh, okay.
I
So
mean,
Cardigan has returned.
yes. Okay. So
What's his name?
Howard. His name is
I don't want
Howard.
to say Chico.
Because that's where he probably shops.
Probably. It's true. Got his ass.
Okay. So Howard is telling the doctor that he has a crush on this really cute guy who's subletting on his floor. And he points him out.
I can't remember his name, but he was in A Strange Loop on Broadway. He is so good.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So uh the doctor says that he should take a risk. Like, if you never take any risks, then your life isn't going to change. Which is a really good point.
He
Then,
suggests that Howard go to him and ask for batteries, right?
yeah, yeah,
As a
yeah.
way to strike
yeah.
up conversation.
Smart. It's a good one. Nothing like a blackout to it's fun, all the lights are off. It's a little adventure, it's a little mystery.
Or would I just seize that opportunity to just get free batteries from people and just stockpile?
You're chucking him in a vibrator, like, all right, I remember.
Oliver has had to abandon his dips.
Yes.
He
And that
delivers a
is
very dramatic monologue. It's very funny. I'll say
come
this about
back for
Martin
you.
Short's
Funny
performance in the
or like heartfelt? Like, have you ever had to leave a bag of dips somewhere? A
why can't
schmear,
it be
if you will?
heartfelt and funny, Tyler? Why do you think sincerity can't be funny? Let's dive in.
Well, I've yet to see an example. I've yet to see it work out.
I have no idea why I'm being so confrontational. This episode is because I'm sleepy.
We get one of these every once in a while where Tristan just starts challenging us at every
Yeah, and
turn.
it's funny because like I keep sidetracking us, which is a sign of me being
I took an edible before like few hours. No.
I wonder
No.
anything gets done at all in our lives,
Oh,
truly.
truly.
So
So he said goodbye to his dips.
he said goodbye to his
Yes.
dips, and Lucy is trying to text Charles, but it doesn't go through. So then we're back with Howard, and he is in his apartment petting his cat, talking to his cat, which
Very cute cat.
very cute little
Very
orange
cute.
girl,
Yeah,
which is rare. Most orange cats are
Mhm.
boys.
it's true.
And he is trying to work up the nerve to ask cute neighbor for the batteries. Do we ever get cute neighbor's name?
We do, but I
I
do not know
missed
it.
it. I was trying to listen for it, but I missed it. I just kept writing cute neighbor, cute guy. So has gotten himself to his door and opens the door, and there is cute neighbor standing right before the door. And asks
Like a good
him,
neighbor.
yeah. And he asks Howard for batteries. And he says, I was about to go ask you. And then the neighbor says, oh, haha, okay, well, goodbye. He says, no, 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 wait, I do have lots of batteries. And like, what?
He's like, what?
He says, I mean candles.
Cardigan is terrible.
I think this is sweet. He says, no, actually, I have candles, lots of tea lights. How about a non-drip taper?
A non-drip taper.
That's not the no drip. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but
What
like
is that?
taper is the long ones. And
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah, and I think they
The ones
have
that taper off?
Mhm. They've made ones that don't drip as much. if at all. So that's nice. They like burn more consistently down, so you don't have the whole big mess.
New dating profile headline.
I was just thinking
No
about
drip
what if you swapped out, how, either those candles or like, those birthday candles that won't go out,
Oh yeah.
put on a menorah just to mess with Bobby
Oh gosh.
Oh.
during Hanukkah.
Oh.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Well,
why won't it work?
they will burn for 8 days and nights.
That's what I'm saying. Or in an Advent, in the reverse, if you were,
Yeah.
why won't this thing go out?
That's funny.
Anyway, candles. We should use them more.
So we see that Buster has brought Nina's package up to her, and he's hyperventilating because he just had to go up 14 flights of stairs, and he is at least in his 70s.
Yes. Bless him.
Yeah. She's being awful, and he asks if he can sit, and she says, fine. Then we cut back.
We get like some information, like she like can't, like she hasn't been sleeping well, like it seems like her baby is just like up and she doesn't know what to do, and like it seems like she, like the stress of being a new mom is like really getting to her. This blackout is not helping.
For sure. Not an excuse to be as mean
Oh,
as
no.
she's being,
Yeah.
but yes, 100%. So we cut back to Lucy and Charles' apartment, and we hear someone breaking in, and it's just not a good situation. She goes to hide, and then
entirely too slowly, but continue.
Yes, and then he does finally break the door down.
Shouts Charles 3 times, and then decides to hide. And that's how you know she's actually a teenager. It's like, you do it once.
Oh.
If Charles was there, he would have said, it's me.
Yep.
Charles, I'm at the door.
Right. Yeah.
Foolishness.
He does breach the door, and it is someone in a mask and boots. It looks like Glitter Guy, the person that we've been seeing, mask, boots, work pants, that kind of the whole deal. It's the same outfit that we have been familiar with. So we're back in the staircase. They have 2 more flights. Oliver is losing his mind. Then the break-in guy has a flashlight, and he is looking around the apartment. Lucy has gone into the tunnel, and she didn't bother to close it behind her. So he follows in.
She does that twice.
Yeah.
So our trio finally gets to Charles's apartment and realizes that Glitter Guy broke in. And then we go back to Howard and the neighbor, and the neighbor says, is that you I hear singing sometimes? And he says, yes, that is my Yodel Shop Quartet, which is an absolutely bonkers concept.
So Tyler, up until this point, I've been kind of a Cardigan apologist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was at this moment that I was like, I understand Tyler's rage.
Thank you. Welcome.
Like this, they have created a very annoying character, and it's on purpose, which is nice.
Yes. Well, I mean, not nice, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's well done. It's like, God, this guy, what is he doing?
But we do then come to find out that hot neighbor guy is like also a singer, because he is a hyena in Broadway's The Lion King.
Yes. And from what I understand, if you're playing a hyena, you're playing a bunch of other roles as well.
Not a bunch. Not as many as you might think.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, depending on which hyena. Ooh, yeah, if he's just a hyena and like not Shenzi or like Ed or Bonsai,
right?
Then yeah, I guess you would. Yep. You're doing a lot.
He says he's a chorus boy, is how he describes himself, I believe.
And yeah, why would you just say hyena then?
Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds punchy.
Fair. Broadway's The Lion King. They working over there.
Oh yeah, they are. Absolutely. But he says that he really wants to be get out and be a librarian, a children's librarian. And Howard puts his hand over his hand and says, I'm a librarian. And he says,
And hot neighbor
shut.
friend. Okay.
He says, shut up. He says, that's our slogan.
That's a
That
very
is a good
good
line.
joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. It's very cute. They're being very cute. We love the whole, we as in me and people like me, love love the romantic like candles and chatting in the dark vibe. Big fan. So Nina and Buster get to talking and they are getting along a bit better. Buster seems like a really sweet man and he's kind of wearing her down with his positivity, basically. They get to talking about Bunny, and both of them are regretting that she's gone. And Nina says, do you have any idea who killed her? And he says that he does not. So
Yeah, and then like has this moment where like he almost feels like a bit guilty, where like he like talks about like how he might have like let this in, like let this person in and like didn't even think twice about it. Like there's a
yeah.
little bit of guilt there. But I thought it was like a really interesting moment that we have with and one of the things I do like about the series is that we do get like kind of these sweet little insights to these seemingly periphery characters.
Yeah, absolutely. I like getting to know them too. And it wasn't something that I suspected at the beginning of the series. I thought it was going to be very focused on our trio, and it is, but like we do get those insights, and that is nice. The cute neighbor guy wants Howard to sing, and he says, well, I only sing with my quartet. I don't sing, by myself. And so the neighbor offers to sing with him, and so he starts singing. Howard
Hello,
starts
darkness.
the sound of silence, and Howard's yodeling, and it is carrying through the courtyard outside the window, and everyone can hear it. And it's echoing, and everyone starts joining in. Everybody in the lobby, even Oliver is in the walls, in the tunnels, and he starts singing, and they have to shush him. But we come back to Nina and Buster, and Buster says, hey, it seems like your baby's stopped crying. And it's sweet. So Howard and cute neighbor guy almost kiss, and then the cute guy sneezes, and he asks if he has a pet. And he says he's lethally allergic to cats. No. Okay. I call bullshit on the writers.
Yes.
On the writers. Yes. Because there is no way in the world that this man could have been lethally allergic to cats in the apartment for as long as he was, and not have known there was a cat there. When
1000%.
Yeah, I'm not lethally allergic. I get very itchy around cats, and I will know within minutes if there's a cat in your apartment. So, yeah. Anyway, that's a little implausible.
Have you considered that the character is being hyperbolic in as he goes, don't get rid of your cat. We can work it out.
Okay.
But yeah, there's no way. It's not feasible for sure.
Right. Yes. So he says he has to leave, but he seems very regretful, and he thanks Howard for a really nice evening. So the trio finds Lucy, and Lucy admits to Charles that she was there the night Bunny died and that she saw the killer, but she didn't see their voice or face. Yes.
So this is the funniest part of the whole episode to me. Because when she admits this information, it cuts to Steve, and he just goes, excuse me? Which, of course, is his famous catchphrase from the 70s. And I'm like, that was really well done, actually.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that. Okay, yes. Yeah, he does do that.
Well, someone on the call here has listened to Born Standing Up, and anyway,
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. She didn't see the voice or face, but she did hear the killer sneeze. And then Oliver absolutely absurdly starts saying, well, was it this kind of sneeze or this kind of sneeze? And she's like, I guess the latter. And Charles says, well, what does that mean? And he's like, I don't know. So a flashlight shines on them and they run away. Lucy leads them down to where there's a door to a staircase. And they're back in the staircase that they were climbing before. And they're going down this time. Mabel is able to retrieve the dips, and she takes the dips and uses the bag full of dips as a bludgeoning tool.
Is there anything
yes,
dips can't do? A
yeah.
question
I
for
want
the
to
ages.
I want to shout out a little bit of movie magic that it's clearly the same set of stairs, but they just have changed the signs,
Okay.
run down more than what they would just, which I, it's nice to be like, oh, okay, everyone's doing that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
We find that the man that Mabel knocked out with the dips, or at least stopped with the dips, is Marv.
Yes. Oh, and it's at this point that the lights all come back on.
Yes, that is notable.
Yes. So Marv is in the light. He's wearing like a blue protective suit, though.
Yeah.
Definitely
Think Toxic
different.
Avenger.
Yeah. Yes. And so Buster, we cut to Buster and Nina, and Buster sees the crazy plans that Nina and her boyfriend, husband, whatever, have for the building. And Nina has kind of come around and thinks, instead of firing Buster, that maybe they could think up a new position for him. So I'm wondering if if she's being completely compassionate or if she's trying to just get him on her side now that he has seen the plans.
Yeah.
So that's remained to be seen.
Well, I mean, it's a classic question, isn't it? Is anything truly compassionate or altruistic, or is everything self-motivated?
Sure.
You know,
Yes.
can
But
God lift a stone, make a stone so heavy that he can't lift it? It's classic.
that is true. That is true. But like on balance. So then we cut back to Howard in the hallway. He's lint rolling himself. He knocks on his neighbor's door and he offers to um have his cat stay with a friend for a while, and he's going to decat his home in many ways, and says, if I did all of that, could we maybe go on a date? And the guy accepts and says, but don't get rid of your cat. So, and I mean, I think that's right. I think that there are shots and things that you can do. Like, if you're allergic to a cat and you fall in love with someone who has a cat, you figure it out. There's room for everybody.
Yeah.
I would hope.
Yeah, you just get
But
Benadryl.
yodeling is where we draw the line.
Yodeling is where we draw the line. That is right. Allergies are one thing.
Here's the thing, Tyler. I don't mind a yodel if it's coming from the right person.
Sure.
Right?
Mhm.
Like the yodeling
I didn't know you were a
kid.
yodelist.
But when it comes for someone who also sucks in other ways, it's just like it's too much, you know? Whereas like that yodeling kid in Walmart, I'm like, yeah, he's got a career yodeling now. That's great. Good for him. He's still doing it. I've served up a video of that kid yodeling, and he's like 20 whatever, and he's doing yodeling, which is great.
No, that's
I
cool.
have no
Yeah.
idea what the heck you're talking about, but
There's a
good for
kid
that
in
child.
Walmart. Yeah, there like I guess it was what 2019. There was a kid yodeling in a Walmart, went viral, and now he's at the Opry all the time.
Hey, that's great.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you can be eccentric and like wine tasting and run marathons and wear fun clothes, but then
Are you
if
talking
you're
about Paul Giamatti right now?
but then if
Who could
you're
you possibly be talking about, Melissa?
but then if you're talking about Kirsten Cinema, who is terrible in other ways, then it becomes less charming. Where if you're talking about me, then it's fine.
Yeah, 100%.
Gotcha.
Oh, as someone who's a white person that likes stand up, I have no idea. I cannot relate to this at all.
Right? Yeah. We're back with Marv and our trio, and he says he was just trying to help. The reason he's wearing this weird getup is that he's a mold inspector, and so he's, inspected the building before. He kind of knows his way around. Makes sense that he knows where the tunnels are. But he wanted to just help find Lucy, and he is not the guy who chased her. Lucy confirms this. Like, there was a different guy that broke in and that chased her. And Marv just wants to be a part of something, and he misses his daughter. So he's going through some
And then
stuff.
Oliver says something that I thought was real bonkers, which is,
Mm,
oh wait, or was it Charles? Somebody says you're not well, and I was like, you're one to talk.
It
Charles,
was
yeah.
Charles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because you're
that's
not
fair.
well, Marv.
And he says, I know. So, Lucy says that Marv scared the killer away. So we still don't know where this guy is. And then Oliver relents and says that Marv can come by tomorrow and they can record him for the podcast. So that's nice. It's a nice gesture. And like, he just did insert himself in this thing, and he's got some perspective, a story to tell. Um, so Mabel and
Ugh. Sorry, because I know who you're about to
yeah.
get to.
Yep. Mabel and Charles and Oliver are trying to piece everything together. They just cannot add everything up. Who is this guy? Who's Glitter Guy? Then they see Lucy talking to Michael Rappaport, the cop.
Mhm.
And his name never sticks in my mind. So he says that he was just in the neighborhood and he was checking up on them to make sure that they weren't up to anything. He says that they have to be careful, especially in the dark, which is pretty ominous. Mabel is getting suspicious, and she tells him so. So the men, I believe, have walked away at this point, with Lucy. But Mabel stands there, and he says that he saw the viral video. What is stopping me from arresting you right now, Mabel? And she says, yeah, why aren't you arresting me right now?
Mhm.
In the midst of this conversation, Howard and his new friend run into Michael Rappaport, the cop. And
The way you said new friend is like very like they're very good friends.
I can't wait for them to be roommates at some
Yes.
point.
I know. Well, okay, his date.
A constant companion.
I feel bad that I can't remember this character's name, because I certainly am not trying to make it sound
Yeah, the only characters that have a name are Mrs. Gambolini and the main three.
yeah, that's fair.
Mrs. Gambolini, the main three. I'm looking it up now.
But
Okay.
Michael Rappaport also says something to Mabel that I found to be far more off-putting than anything I've seen in this series so far.
Mm.
Which Mabel is like, oh, interrogating teenage girls or like harassing teenage girls, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, that's just a perk of the job or something along those
Oh yeah,
lines.
It's
Like,
the one part of the
gross.
job I like.
yeah, I was like, ugh,
Yeah,
vomit.
Yeah, no, he
absolutely
sucks.
gross.
This
He
guy sucks.
sucks. Howard and his date bump into Michael Rappaport, and they hit his shoulder, and his shoulder is sore. And he says he got a new tattoo. Now, this is also the same shoulder that Mabel had stabbed on the subway on Glitter Guy. And so Marv is looking at him, and he turns his head and yells at Marv to disparage him. And he has that pink red glitter. I said pink purple. It's actually pink red glitter on his neck. And
From the
so,
evidence drop, right?
yeah. So Mabel knows, but she does not show it. And that, as he walks away, is the end of the episode.
Jonathan Bridgecroft.
Is the name of the actor?
Is
Who
the name of the
plays?
character played by Jason Vasey?
VC.
Oh, Jason
VC,
VC.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, Jonathan. Okay. I don't remember them ever saying that.
Nor I.
Okay. Great. So, what'd y'all think?
I'll go first. Fine. The only two gags that made me laugh out loud were the "shut up, that's our slogan." That was very good. And then the "excuse me." Those are the two moments that really stood out. It was pretty well crafted though throughout, like as far as plot and stuff goes. And again, I think I mentioned this last time. I feel like we just go to this show for different things. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Like, no, wait, out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 4. Like, it was good, but it could have been funnier. That's my main note.
Okay.
Make with a haha.
Tyler.
I'd give it a 3. I thought about giving it a 2.5, but like it's a little bit more than average. I'm here for the mystery. We really didn't get terribly far until the very end of the episode. I felt so. Yeah, it just felt like a lot of filler when we could have been doing a lot more investigating and finding out more like substantial things throughout versus most of it being like in the last 10.
I think I'm going to give it a 3.75. I love some character development, and that's what we're getting in this episode. So I really, really do like that. I do like it when we all sing together. It's something that's not a musical. It just like a moment, because there is, I've been in New York City for a couple of things that are very like wild group experiences. And there does become this big camaraderie vibe. So like everyone's kind of just working together to make sure everybody gets through it. And I love that vibe, and I love that quality that comes out in the city. So big fan of that. But like the episode itself, yeah, I liked the character stuff we got. But I felt there was some stuff that was, not as strong or could have been done in a different way.
Yeah.
But good ep. We're getting somewhere. We got a couple more to go. I think we have 2 more to go.
Yep.
We have 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more in this season. So that's exciting.
And with that, I call this meeting of the Amateur Detective Club
9 o'clock.
Close.
Gavel sound.
Is that more of Hello Silence?
That's right.